Islam Dwayne Baffle Bay Islam. It is November the 17th, 2020. Islam. I'm Rhonda Arrington-Bey, your spiritual wife. Islam. I'm at American Extended Stay with Imani. Imani, Islam, come over here. I'm at American Extended Stay in Annapolis, Maryland. Islam. Hold on one moment. Say Islam. Let me ask a few questions before we get started. Before I get started, or we actually. Imani, okay. As a natural, divine, celestial being, okay. What is your nationality?
Moorish American.
Moorish American, okay. Your nationality is Moorish American, okay. Hold on one moment. Okay, Moorish American, and pictures because you saw it just like okay. Anyway, like okay, and we both just got off work. We both just got off work, and I experienced a lot of sharp pains, 4 sharp pains today, and so don't let the smiles and the laughter fool you. It's because I just got through venting with Imani. I experienced a lot of 4 sharp pains coming from those who have the telepathic code that Imani Gray-Bey and I, Rhonda Arrington-Bey, reject. We don't have. So we can't, Imani, do you know how to send a sharp pain to someone?
No.
Do you know how to leave your mental state and go visit mental engage with someone's mind and force engage with one of their body sheets so you can control their motor skills?
No.
Or actually control what they say and you don't realize it.
No.
Like, okay, because actually what they do, these spirits that have the telepathic code, that obviously the unnaturalized United States military, Navy, unnaturalized police, that means they haven't taken an oath or affirmed to uphold constitutional laws of 1787, which includes the 13th Amendment with 20 sections, all 4 of Abraham Lincoln's proclamations, these divine laws of freedom, used to force, amalgamate, or subjugate. And so you can't do that, right?
No.
Okay, not right, but I want him to speak as honest as possible. Okay, Imani Gray-Bey. Okay, so your nationality is Moorish American, and you proclaim you are a naturalized celestial being.
I do.
And your nationality is Moorish American. Okay, honestly, I want him to be honest. Do you know anyone personally here in Annapolis, Maryland?
No.
Have you ever gone out with anyone personally here?
No.
Have you ever had a conversation as a friend conversation on the telephone? Like, you know how before we came here, you had friends. Have you ever done that with anyone here in Annapolis, Maryland?
No.
But you still listen to the Sunday Moorish American National Public Conference call on Sundays. And you know that I still communicate with Dwayne and other Moors and send texts. Sometimes I tell you to send texts to other Moors.
You do.
Moorish Americans. Okay, Islam. Do you, if the telepathic code, if it was offered to you, or has it ever been offered to you?
No, and if it was, I'd reject it.
Islam. Okay. I would reject the telepathic code as well. Islam. And no, I do not know anyone personally here in Annapolis, Maryland. I have never had a conversation on the phone as a friend with anyone here in Annapolis, Maryland. I have never gone out with anyone personally here in Annapolis, Maryland. Not one person in this city can say that Imani Gray-Bey and I, Rhonda Arrington-Bey, know them, or we know them personally, or they know us, unless they are being used or are using the telepathic code to stalk the room and study our thoughts and our behavior, which that's exactly what they're doing. Islam. So once again, I'm in Annapolis at American Extended Stay. Okay, so why would they do such a thing? If in reference to, if we are on a landmass of freedom, we are in the spirit of freedom, and we have affirmed as Moorish Americans, we have a nationality. The reason why we have a nationality is one of the reasons is it helps us get back into the constitutional fold. the U.S.A Constitution of 1787, which includes the 13th Amendment with 20 sections. In the 13th Amendment with 20 sections, it states in Section 19, all men are free. That includes women. All men, women are free. Okay, and then also according to we also affirm to uphold all four of Abraham Lincoln's proclamations. So what gave Abraham Lincoln the power to pass those proclamations was Article 4, Section 4 of the U.S.A Constitution of 1787. And the initial Emancipation Proclamation of September the 22nd, 1862, he said he is in so many words proclaiming war to restore constitutional rights back to the citizens. Okay, or a declaration of war. I don't have it on me right now, but that's what he said. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, Dwayne Bey, because a lot of things I experienced here, and oops, these pants are too big. These pants are way too big. Anyway, a lot of things I experienced, Dwayne, in reference to my son Imani Bey. You know, there are African American women. You know, African American is not a nationality. Okay, black is not a nationality. Black American is not a nationality. Negro is not a nationality. Okay, that as soon as a spirit starts saying that's what they are, and that's the term they under, then that lets me know that they are outside the constitutional fold. Pale skin, white American is not a nationality. Hispanic is not a nationality. So, many times, Dwayne Bey, like I said, in reference to spirituality, because even the proclamations, let me try to finish my sentences. Even the proclamations and the Constitution are spiritual. It's spiritual. Even I think one time or more than once you stated how the Constitution correlates to the chakras of our body. The chakras. And so just affirming to uphold these this organic instrument. This organic instrument, how can you affirm, how can you say you are a citizen and the Constitution you know about if you haven't affirmed or taken an oath? As Moorish Americans, we affirm. The Europeans are not, or non-Moors, they take oaths. If you have not did these things, taken an oath or affirmed to uphold this organic instrument, Islam, of this landmass. So what I'm connecting the dots is spirit, and dealing with spiritual and spirituality. So it's important for me, Imani, I need you to come back over here. Okay? Because many times, so in Matthew of the Holy Bible, it speaks about how Jesus cast out spirits. Okay, so, and the Holy Bible was made public law on this landmass, and I think it was 1983, and I get the dates confused, but it was either October the 3rd or October the 4th, 1983, and it's called the Year of the Bible. So the Holy Bible, the governments, they recognize the Holy Bible has substance. If they proclaim the Holy Bible to be public law on this landmass, in Matthew it clearly states Jesus cast out spirits, Islam. So I want to read Abraham Lincoln's initial emancipation. It says, I, Abraham Lincoln, President of the United States of America and Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy thereof, do hereby proclaim and declare that hereafter, as heretofore, the war will be persecuted for the war will be prosecuted for the object of practically restoring the constitutional relations between the United States and each of the states and the people thereof, in which states that relations is or may be suspended or disturbed. So in that, it says that it is my purpose upon the next meeting of Congress to again recommend the adoption of a practical measure tendering pecuniary aid to the free acceptance or rejections of all slave states, so called, the people whereof may not then be in rebellion against the United States. Because when you haven't taken an oath or affirmed to uphold constitutional laws, the U.S.A. Constitution of 1787, which includes the 13th Amendment, 20 sections, which in that, in section 19, it states that all men are free, and that includes women too. Just a lot of times men was stated as in saying man, as in woman and man, okay? And which states may then have voluntarily adopted or thereafter may voluntarily adopt immediate or gradual abolishment of slavery within their respective limits, and that the effort to colonize persons of African descent with their consent upon the continent or elsewhere with the previously obtained consent of the governments existing there will be continued. Okay, so in other words, he is trying to restore constitutional relations back to the people. Imani, one of the things I want to tell you, a lot of times, Imani, because once again, knowing, so it's obvious the way about Bey. It's not that we as Moorish Americans, divine, natural, celestial beings, Moorish American is my nationality, are just among those spirits who are outside of constitutional law. Excuse me, right now I'm feeling a sharp pain right here, and someone, African American accent, keeps saying paid, brother paid. Even today, I can't tell you how many times I would hear, and I'm being honest, our manager, Phyllis and Thomas, they would say brother paid for no reason. And lately I noticed Mr. Thomas, because before I had to talk to Carl about him addressing me as Mo. Lately it sounds like he tries to not say Mo completely, but he still says Mo to the customers. So it's like literally they're saying brother paid or paid, or believe it or not, many times, I don't know why would they be saying brother paid at a restaurant in a professional atmosphere. Okay, I'll wait till you come back. So one of the things, Dwayne Battlefield Bay, is I'm getting to the point. So I had to say that because even right now, there's a Negro African American accent. I'm in American Extended State, Annapolis, Maryland. A female making noises, okay? And a lot of times these spirits, because it's not that we are, as Moorish Americans, natural beings, celestial beings. We're not just among spirits or possibly other Moors who are outside of constitutional law. To know that we are among experiments, okay? Just like they took the dog and made little chihuahuas, little dogs that don't get no big than this, okay? And we know that the dog came from the wolf. They definitely did the exact same thing with humans, to an extent where they have mixed many spirits or blood and created a whole species of beings. And now we are among that species of being, which they have no doubt they have some form of animal DNA. When I say animal, I'm saying beast, like an ape, dog, something that is not civilized in their thought process, okay, but yet have the ability to invade your mental space, invade your mind, invade your dreams, and attack your genitals and rape you molest you in your dreams, actually living out that stereotype that they said that was a false stereotype of the black man. These species of black Negro or African American men, males and females, actually demonstrate these qualities, or not qualities, these characteristics, personalities to the T. They are literally rapists, molesters, the male and female, in the public. Okay, and then not only that, they say, I paid to do this. Okay, so what they're saying is, like an animal, like a beast, that they paid someone or whoever had them enslaved, paid our Moorish American family, our Moorish American nation, our body, our political body as Moors, our political body paid our officials, so that these unclean abomination spirits. Abomination means, I'm saying, they are unnatural, and mixed with many other DNA spirits, and beyond our thoughts. Okay, to force, engage, and amalgamate with natural divine celestial beings. So one of the things I noticed, Dwayne Bey, so I didn't understand. Once again, I'm not accusing Phyllis, who I think I've heard many times or more than once say that she has a husband in the Navy. She's a manager. Or Thomas, when they said brother paid, I don't know. I stated this before with Phyllis, saying this. She's a manager. I have no idea, but for the longest, for over 2 years now, or 3 years, I've given testimony about Annapolis, and right here in American Extended States, someone like an animal, a beast, accent saying brother, and the female saying brother. I can't think of a day that I have worked at Burger King where I don't experience forced sharp pains of some sort. I'm a healthy woman. I don't drink, don't smoke. Imai, do you drink or smoke?
I do not.
Our organs are healthy. Okay, don't drink, don't smoke. We're on a vegan vegetarian diet, been on it for over 3.5 years.
4.5.
4.5. Well, when we first came, we went on 5 years being here, and when we first came here for the first 6 months, do you remember we used to eat sushi?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we
that.
used to eat sushi and fish. We were still weaning ourselves off. So then after the 6 months approximately, we went straight to vegan vegetarian diet. We prepare our own meals. We just started leaning off, and we just went straight out, prepare our own meals, or just buy food from Whole Foods, whatever it may be. But anyway, that's what we do, and there's many reasons besides saving a lot of money. Preparing our own meals, but also we put our own energy in our food. So this is what we choose to do. So I can't ever since the first time I experienced 4 sharp pains. I'm healthy. I don't smoke. I don't drink. The last time I had alcohol to drink was 2014. Usually I'm exercising quite a bit. Haven't exercised since the pandemic like I wanted to, but actually I did, but I said since it cooled off, but even like I wanted to, because they shut down the gym. But I exercise. We walk back and forth to work, which lets you know that, and it's a 40-minute walk there and a 40-minute walk back. We walk everywhere. Lets you know that we are healthy. So when I don't have the telepathic code, so I'm not able to send 4 sharp pains. Imani stated that he rarely ever experienced 4 sharp pains. So why would these unclean spirits who have the telepathic code, forcefully send sharp pains to his mother? I'm 47 years old. Imani, how old are you?
26.
26. Now, we don't know anyone personally here, so why would they be focusing on sending me for sharp pains? Okay? Whether it's to my genitals. Okay? Now, I have, out of all, okay, the people or spirits that are demonstrated to be unclean and unnatural, which speak Spanish. They could be from Puerto Rico, Mexico, South America, pale skin, what they call the white American, but we know that's not a true term for them. They're pale skin. The African American, and then the African American Black Negro. Out of that group, and then you have the foreigners. Out of that group, the most that have implied to send the most force sharp pains or have invaded my mental sheath, Islam, while I'm walking, has been that Black Negro African American, and that which be under the Hispanic, whether they could be from Mexico, many times Mexico, or South America, or El Salvador. So why would they someone just said, yeah, sound like a Black Negro female begging, like desperate, yeah, like that's exactly how they sound outside around the room, especially when they start saying she loves your son. So what they're trying to say, these unclean spirits, they start talking about a female loves your son. So what they're trying to do, because Imani might not know his thoughts are being manipulated, and if they are invading my sheets, I can tell, and they can actually control what you're saying, because they try to deliberately make your thoughts their thoughts. Then one of these nasty, unclean laboratory freaks are probably invading his sheath, probably stalking him while he's taking a shower, while he's pooping, hoping stalking him, lusting after him, and he has no idea. He, like many Asiatic men, Moorish American men, did not know. Women, we didn't know. We had no idea that we were among such species of freaks, laboratory freaks with ape and dog DNA, that they, or whatever filthy beast DNA, that they can mix together to create mixed spirits, and then put them in a population to disturb and disrupt a family foundation, a family network. Because if your husband don't know that he is among such female abominations, and one of these females force mentally engage with his mind and his sheath, giving him a hard on, and he can't control it because he don't know, and he having problems with his wife. He cheats on his wife with one of these abomination African American females, or it could be Spanish speaking, pale skin. And then eventually it breaks up that family structure, that which possibly was a Moorish American family that were out of their status. He leaves, they break up. He ends up having sex with one of these females, and she gets a kid from it. What has happened? He was slave bred with the female, and he didn't know what was going on. So this is exactly this is a slave tactic of what they have done, what they've been doing. Okay, so especially if you are a young Asiatic male with good credit or no credit, okay, this is money, and you have good credit or no credit. You are unexperienced in what a female or what they can possibly do in reference to giving you a hard on, or what if it's a homosexual male, okay, who also wants to do the exact same thing. So these are the kind of filthy and unclean spirits we are among here in Annapolis, but it is obviously all over, because these things have been going on for a long time. So what I want to tell Imani about is in reference to spirit, because I was like, let me finish the thought, I guess. Let me get back to the thought. And so why would they be focusing on sending his mother, who is 47 years old, me, for sharp pains? Let me tell you what I've experienced, Dwayne. So yes, I've experienced them, like all of a sudden a black Negro would come in front of my face, or close to me, and I would feel like smiling, you know, and he'll start looking like he's trying to look at me in a certain way, because they can have what they're doing is engaging with their eyesight, and they're trying to look at you in a certain way. And because I knew what was going on, I can dismiss it. I used to shine my light constantly. And I would say 95% of the time it was a black Negro, okay, an African American, all right. So, or my genitals, one would apply that they're sending sharp pains to my genitals, okay, as they saying she loves your son, okay, or he loves you, okay, brother, so they send a sharp pains to a healthy woman, an Asiatic Moorish American, and then say brother. The first time I felt for sharp pains was a few months after I started working at Burger King. I'm not accusing Burger King. This is what I experienced, and this is dealing with spirituality. A pale-skinned lady would sit at the table with predominantly black males that implied to be connected to the United States Navy and Army. She used to drive her truck with two American flags. I don't know, star banner flag, the United States star banner flags on each side. Her license plate said Navy 1 on it. And I started working at Burger King in June of 2016, and so did Imani. He started working at Wendy's in June 2016. So it was a few months after this. And then one day, she as I was serving her, I felt a forced sharp pain in my temporal, and she said, "Paid y'all simultaneously." Okay, simultaneously as I felt the forced sharp pain, and many times, and so I didn't know where it came from, and I still don't. So I'm not accusing her, but many times, and before the pandemic happened, which that happened around March this year, 2020. Many of the black males would sit at that table. Many black males and females come in that represent the United States Navy, Army, the police will come into Burger King. But many of the males, the same males, would sit there who implied to be connected to the military for hours at a time, and I would constantly experience my genitals being attacked, for sharp pains, my genitals being attacked spiritually. For sharp pains, hearing them say paid more, start calling one another Mo, or feeling four sharp pains in my anus. Now, how could someone attack a woman while she's working on a landmass that has the Constitution of 1787, an organic instrument, which includes the 13th Amendment with 20 sections, which in that 13th Amendment with 20 sections that was ratified November the 18th, 1865, Section 19 states that all men are free. How can someone do such a thing like that? Because I'm not accusing anyone, I'm giving testimony, and the testimony is true about them sitting there, because I still have the videos to prove it. And I still have the recordings to prove them saying paid Mo or whatever. How can anyone but the spiritual attacks of sending a healthy Moorish American woman for sharp pains with healthy organs? Why would they do that? Okay? Why would they do it? Unless they are a part of illegal organ selling, sex trafficking, maybe some form of money laundering. Who knows? So this happened. So I noticed it's like different words will be said, and I would experience four sharp pains, even by I'm not accusing the co-workers or the managers, but this is what I've experienced, and I would experience four sharp pains, so my genitals being attacked spiritually. Customers will be there, and once again, I don't have the telepathic code, but I know those that have the telepathic code, because we are among those. It's obvious that they have implied they could tell, and they see it's being done. Okay, so why would they do it? Why would they do it to a woman who's 47 years old? But Imani says he has rarely, as an Asiatic man, he has rarely experienced any forced sharp pains. Okay? But yet there's a Negro black female accent running around, always outside and around the room saying, I love, or a male saying she loves him. Or a Spanish speaking, okay? Spanish speaking accents saying she loves him. All right? Once again, he's 26 years old. He's young. He's healthy. He has practically no credit is good credit. He's he has a good heart, and he is a Moorish American, natural divine celestial being with sperm. And so what they have tried is to amalgamate by possessing my mind. So I'll never forget, after I've been here, all of a sudden I noticed my dreams were being manipulated. Where I would say out of all the times my dreams were manipulated with my genitals being attacked, where I would say one time was a brown skin, the other time was all black Negro. Brown skin meaning he could have been from Mexico or South American, attacking my genitals or raping, molesting while I'm sleeping. But the other times were always an African American black Negro male. Always. And also I have experienced that pale skins manipulating a dream too, showing themselves having sex with one another, having sex, or also possibly attacking my genitals, but very few. Just like very few of them force mentally engage the sheath, but they encourage the black Negro and the Spanish speaking Mexican El Salvador to do so. One of the things I noticed, Dwayne Bafabé Imani, these are the things that the Hispanics do. These are unclean spirits. Is so when they want to impose a thought and they invade your thoughts, okay? So what they're doing, a lot of times the Hispanic will do this. So they're making, remember, they're telepathic. These are unclean, unnatural spirits. So they're trying to make their thoughts your thoughts, or make it sound like they have some form of control or power over you. All right, Dwayne, if President JF Kennedy was speaking about many times about space. And one video he was talking about, I remember he was saying that he wants to be honest, or he was trying to tell the American people about going on New Horizon. Okay, Jeff Kennedy was assassinated. These spirits, obviously, where they could be from Africa, the continent of Africa, or South America, or just from here, have had this telepathic code and have been invading those who didn't know about them, their thoughts, for a long time. Not only invading their thoughts, making their, so if you don't know, and one of them not, and so it doesn't always have to be because they're trying to slave breed. Maybe they're trying to put someone in debt, Islam, make a wrong financial decision. Maybe they're trying to cause a sickness with their children, so their children be bipolar, autistic, or eat a certain food that will cause some form of sickness. So these spirits, for generations, JF Kennedy was assassinated in 1963. In 1963, and I think it was November 22nd, 1963. Here it is November 17th, 2020 now. So in 1963, he was talking about going to space and how the American people should not be lied to. He was trying, and he kept speaking the word peace, peace, peace. You know, like he was trying to communicate to a different species about peace. Okay? So now, I wasn't born then. I was born in 1973. So that was 10 years before I was born. And I'm 47. So that's 57 years. Okay? So then you had years before that. So what I'm saying is, Dwayne Bafabé, it is true that these species, these laboratory freaks, all right, abomination freaks, have been among the citizens of this landmass for a while, putting them in debt, causing sicknesses, so that they can be recycled in the medical systems. The medical systems that are not for healing. There are two types: healing and not healing. So that they can be so they can use money, use their energy, play out this whole matrix. And now we are in a pandemic that they act like it's cleared up, but we already Moors are already saying that, and others are speaking about a real pandemic happening right after this one, a pandemic of virus, of killing. People are going to die on a mass scale, on a mass level, from a real pandemic after the coronavirus pandemic. So these spirits that are sending me sharp pains, which is just on a small scale, but it's demonstrating what they've been doing, what they were doing 80 years ago. Okay? But they think it's okay to do it in the public now because they think that the media is the citizens or the media, it's been normalized. So they like, okay, we normalized this. We made up a fake rule. Let's go. We can show what we have been doing for over 80 years. We can show that the black Negro, that African American beast, is something else. We're gonna demonstrate and show that they are something else. And yes, we know they're beast. What we plan to do. We're going to demonstrate that we know that the Hispanic, the Mexican, that they have did laboratory experience with, the El Salvador, that they have allowed in this country, on this landmass, and have been doing it for a while. We're going to demonstrate what we use them for, because they feel like they have normalized these acts of terrorism, these mental and spiritual acts of terrorism, enough that they can get away with it. And also because too many people are out of jobs and have accepted the telepathic code, that means their mind can be easily manipulated and not be in that spirit of freedom. Because in that telepathic code, it's obvious they have used it to transform natural beings or human beings out of their natural state, their natural mental state. So these spirits predominantly, all of them have sent sharp pains, whether it's the pale skin, to me, the African American, or the so-called Hispanic, that they have allowed to come over here for years, okay? Years, and probably had given them in the third world countries the code and experimented with them, and then allowed them to come over here. Not all, I'm referring to those unnatural, unclean spirits as terrorists, because they knew we didn't know. I don't have the code, and I didn't know about the telepathic code till I came to really. I was like in North Carolina in 2014. I was like, yes, some of them, but I didn't know the extent. I had no idea. I thought maybe a few people. I went to New York. I still thought few people, possibly more. More. I wasn't sure. When I came here, that's when I realized. And here is where the United States Navy, the Army, and the police definitely have been involved in, and possibly and most likely too many of them are unnaturalized, and also unnatural, period. Islam. Not only just unnaturalized, that means they haven't taken an oath or affirmed to uphold constitutional laws of freedom, but unnatural. Something else, and they have authoritative positions, because too many times they have been involved where my genitals are being attacked, where they imply that they're doing it. The police cars go around doing their lights, and my genitals are being attacked spiritually. It could be a black Negro driving it, or a pale skin, or something that looks Mexican, or the military. Now, I'm a natural divine celestial being, and we are probably the only citizens, only beings in this city, Imani Great Hyphen Bay, and I run the Arrington-Bey, who have affirmed to uphold constitutional laws. And yet these unnatural, 9 times out of 10 diseased, I gave you testimony about our co-workers speaking about how there's how many citizens in this city, but it's just not in this small city, it's everywhere. The United States is suffering, period, health-wise, from venereal diseases. So not only are they unnatural, but they filthy and disease are stalking the room. And we don't know no one here personally. Not one of them can say they know us personally. Not one of them can say that we implied that we want to get to know them personally. But we are among unnatural disease freaks that they release in the population. That they have used a form of forced mental engagement. So I'm walking. I have no idea that one of them have invaded my sheath. And then I shine my light, and one of these black filthy Negroes, 9 times out of 10, it could be so believe it or not, look a lot like Thomas. I'm not saying it's him, but bald or whatever. Like for instance, just this morning, someone kept saying Thomas outside and around this room. Now, Thomas is a black manager that worked at Burger King, okay? He's about 6'2". Just this morning, early this morning, I kept hearing someone saying Thomas, like they keep saying Burger King outside and around the room. So, and then when I came into work this morning, I thought it was interesting because as soon as I came in, I was 2 minutes late. I haven't been late in a while. 2 minutes. Usually I'm 1 or 2 minutes. I used to be, but I haven't been 1 or 2 minutes late in a while. As soon as I walked in the office, I looked behind me. Thomas had just came in right after me, and I thought about it. I was like, because many times when I'm at Burger King, I shine my light, and when Thomas is working, I will see a visual that looks so much like him invading my entire sheath. Now, I don't know him personally, and I'm not accusing him. I don't know if he had the telepathic code or not. I don't know what his status is if he's going by African American or not. He is the one that addressed me as Mo, and I had to speak to the owners about it, and he denied saying it. He denied it, and then after he denied it, and I spoke to the owner Carl about it, he went back and continued to address customers as Mo, but he's not addressing me as Mo. He denied ever saying it. But so that would be the best description. I'm not accusing him. I don't know if he's able to do such things, but I'm just giving you the best description of that. He, as far as I know, I've heard him speak about how he's married to someone. All right, he keeps saying that I've heard him say that many times that he was married, but it was interesting how I kept seeing someone saying, hearing someone say Thomas. So what these spirits do, Imani, okay, is sometimes these unclean spirits, these unnatural spirits, they play games because they're trying to figure out a way to demonstrate why they should rape. And it's also very interesting because the last time my genitals were attacked, Dwayne Bathfield Bay, was about 4 days ago, Imani, and maybe even less, a little bit more. It was I could see the visual of this customer, a black male. He would come to Burger King almost every day, and it looked like him. And I went to sleep, and sure enough, my genitals were attacked, where a black male was trying to have sex with me in my dream. Imani, have you ever had sex with anyone in your dream since you've been here? Where you're in mental space? Okay. One time he woke up, and I don't know if he was still asleep, but I thought possibly his genitals were attacked. This was maybe over 2 years ago. But when I asked him, he says, no, he hasn't. I want him to be honest, because I'm being straight up and honest with you, because it's important. And even though it's not, I'm not, no mother wants to have to speak this way in front of their son if it's not happening, but we are soldiers. And we are soldiers according to the Holy Cross Circle 7, and truth is our sword. So you have to be honest. You have to be honest, and you have to speak truth. because these spirits, what they get away with is doing things without people knowing, or just imply or make it seem as though it's not known. I mean, that is known. Everybody is. This is normal. This is what everyone does. But they're lying, because what they're trying to do is normalize violence, normalize terrorism in your world, so that they can force men to engage freely. You understand? But when you know and have understanding of what prophecy is, and that their time is short and ending, such as what's been stated many times in Exodus, when the Lord planned to kill Pharaoh, then that takes away that power, because you start allowing truth to resonate not only through the words you speak, but with yourself, with your spirit, with your mind, with your soul. Okay? So when these unclean, unnatural abominations, male and female, kids, their kids, because their kids have the code, and they know exactly what's going on. Okay? They have spirits. They have a spirit. Try to normalize their presence or pretend to be some form of a victim. Islam, because many times these kids, when I'm experiencing forced sharp pains, they're watching their parents do it. They're watching that black Negro female do it. They're watching the black Negro male, the African American male, do it. They're watching the Hispanic adult male and female, Mexico, El Salvador, South America, do it. They're watching the pale-skinned male and female adults do it. So they are bringing up a generation of kids who are seeing or violence and normalizing these types of behavior towards natural divine beings. And so they are outside of natural law, the adults. You know that kids who are abominations are also outside of natural law. Islam. So it's not that so I'm speaking truth. Okay, it's good that I say this to him and tell him. So this black male actually raped my genitals while I was sleeping, and I kept seeing a visual of a black male, because this is not the first time something like this happened. I just have learned to wake up quick, like in 3 seconds, 5 seconds, as much as I can before it happens. But this particular night I was so tired, and so I didn't wake up like I wanted to. I probably woke up in 10 seconds. But what I did was I controlled my genitals, because I've been doing it for so long. I made sure this is a solution, that I did not feel any gratification. Okay? And then I cursed, or I did a prayer, Allah, to curse the filth that did it. And I said, Allah, if I see him, because it definitely looked like the black male that was coming into Burger King every day, may I curse him, not only him, but his seeds, and have him exterminated and have him exterminated from the face of the earth through divine prophecy, according to Surah 2, Ayat 190-191, for the last time in history. It's not just him, but other filth and their nasty black African American females. Islam. These are unclean spirits. If you're not portraying these characteristics, then I'm not talking to you, and I'm not talking about you. Islam. But so Allah knows who I'm talking about, and they know who I'm talking about as well. So sure enough, he finally came. He did come back. So it was I don't know, maybe it was a week and a half ago, but I did see the black male come up to, that looked like him. I could be wrong. That looked like him, to Burger King. Okay, looked like him. And it was interesting, 'cause I had the thought when I saw this particular customer, and Thomas started saying paid, or something about somebody paid or brother paid. And then he said it quickly, and then he walked away. And this is the manager, and I don't know why he said that, but I told you today, once again, I noticed that they were saying my brother paid quite a bit, and in Burger King, I don't know why. Islam, but I could give a statement of what I heard. Islam. So why would I experience, or these unclean, unnatural spirits send forth sharp pains to me? And so I'm seeing what we are truly about, attacking my mind. So none of the things these spirits can do, then they usually use these Hispanics to do this, is to replicate your thoughts. So you might say a sentence like, I need to read the Holy Crown Circle 7, chapter 35, okay? And then what they'll keep saying, they can keep sending that same thought again. I need to read the Holy Cross Circle 7, chapter 35. I need to read the Holy Cross Circle 7, chapter 35. I need to read the Holy Cross Circle 7, chapter 35. So they keep sending the thought over and over and over again. Or you can hear a song. Someone can sing just one verse of a song. I gave a testimony about this because I thought it was so odd. Khalid Muhammad, he's the one that sprayed pepper spray or mace in Burger King when I first started working there. It was in 2016. I think it was September. So I started in June 2016. Khalid is still working there still to this day. He sprayed pepper spray or mace at Burger King, and I had to I wrote a letter to Janelle, the owner, because I was upset. I was coughing, my nose was running. People, I was like, what would make him do such a thing? But anyway, he would sing a song. In fact, today called a Mexican or a Spanish person called him a singer today. He said, "Oh, you're the singer." Today, the day is November the 17th, 2020. He came, a Spanish speaking or Hispanic looking male came into Burger King and ordered food, and he addressed colleagues, said, "Oh, you're the singer." So he would sing a song. I thought it was so odd, and I would hear that song be replayed, his voice mentally. Okay, when you're dealing with telepathy, I'm not accusing Khalid, I'm only giving testimony. And you have spirits that are able to replay songs or mental thoughts to cause mental dis-ease. Okay, then that is the reason they're trying to cause mental dis-ease, to subjugate. Okay, it's just like attacking someone's sleep or attacking them in their sleep. Why would you do such a thing? But then why would you spread a coronavirus in a population? Why would you spread herpes? Why would you spread syphilis? Why would you spread gonorrhea? Why would you spread AIDS? Why would you spread any form of a disease, a virus, or cause someone to have mental illness, sickness, of any form, or any disease to citizens? Why would you do it? Radiation, because we're among humanoid robots. Why would you do it? Which causes cancer. Many customers come into Burger King, so many, and I think 10 is too many, have come into Burger King, would say they have, or they are getting over cancer, or dealing with cancer, or have someone that they just came from the hospital. Hospitals may be 5 minutes away from Burger King, or they're in chemotherapy of some sort. Why would you do it? Islam. So they're able to do certain things. Usually the Hispanic and the that which is unnatural and unclean, they are the ones they will use to do that. And 9 times out of 10, they probably have a generation of these species that had the telepathic code for years, being used to attack the minds of the citizens. Okay, you understand? And they are known. What I realized, these Hispanic or Spanish speaking, they will be the ones sitting around the room, all right, trying to mental engage, replicate a thought, impersonate Moors. Okay, impersonate Moors. These are unnatural, unclean abominations, and they filthy kids. The pale skin usually, these are unclean, unnatural, walking their dogs. 9 times out of 10, they are part dog. Okay, and they see you no different than which is an unnatural, unclean spirit. They just don't want you to see them as being uncivilized, because they're trying to amalgamate They want to have sex. They want to breed, and breed your seed with them. Okay. And so I just got through speaking. Do you have something to say? I just got through speaking to Imani about the story of Lot. I used to speak of Lot a lot of times in the Bible, and how these unclean spirits, Islam, these unclean spirits would in the story of Lot. So Lot was in a city, Sodom and Gomorrah, and they were these angels, what I remember, first they went to the city. The Lord sent the angels there because the Lord wanted to destroy the city, and before he destroyed the city, he wanted to see if there was anyone there worth saving. I think, if I remember correctly, Abraham had told the Lord, please, will you, because the angels watched and studied the city first, Islam. And then Abraham asked the Lord and said, please, can you spare my kin Lot and his family? So the angels went to the city and was there. I think they went back to the city, and they found Lot. Lot knew automatically of what was implied, that they were holy, something of righteousness. And so the angels went, Lot invited them in for protection, his home. The people around the city started to surround Lot's home because they wanted to rape, they wanted to molest, they wanted to do whatever they could to that which was righteous. And Lot was pleading to them to not do this. The angels told Lot to get out of the city because they were planning, because the Lord, just like in Exodus, had planned to kill Pharaoh, which he did kill Pharaoh, Islam. And the angels told Lot that the Lord is going to going to destroy this city. I think this is symbolic. It's symbolic to many things in reference to jurisdiction. I know it's not a mistake that many of these unnatural, unclean, filthy spirits, whether it's the African American who has been used as a weapon, these are unnatural spirits of mass destruction for a long time, a weapon against Moorish Americans, natural divine beings who didn't know that they exist, that they are outside of constitutional law, or don't teach about constitutional law. Instead, they focus on reparations. They don't want to focus on the proclamations. They focus on reparations. Okay, because they know reparations, you would never ever get anything. It's not, there's no such thing as coincidence, okay? That they put that energy and try to say, I'm black, I'm proud. Everything that's out, they know that those that are lawful, and those who don't only know a little bit of law, know that it's outside of constitutional law, because those that are unnatural and unclean, they have generations that know and have been doing these things. They know exactly what their goals are, what they're trying to stop. The pale skin. So many pale skin, or they want to call themselves white American, but that's not a true term for them, don't have a nationality. They're not in the constitutional fold. But when you start speaking about constitution, they want to walk around as though they're some form of civilized beings. But you ask them what their nationality is, they haven't claimed their nationality. They don't know their nationality. They just say, I'm just white. Okay? The Hispanic, if they can say, if they've been naturalized to get a green card to work, or working papers, if they haven't been naturalized under the laws of freedom, that's the key. So you can see them on the United States video taking some form of oath to uphold the Constitution. But the Constitution that they're upholding doesn't include the 13th Amendment with 20 sections and all 4 of Abraham Lincoln's proclamations. It says the 13th Amendment with 2 sections, and there's no such thing as 13th Amendment with 2 sections. It was created. It's unlawful. It's one of the 3 dead badges, like the 14th Amendment and the 15th Amendment was not is unconstitutional. It was never lawfully ratified, and neither was the 13th Amendment with 2 sections. We as Moorish Americans, Imani Gray-Bey and I, Rhonda Arrington-Bey, we learned this through Moorish American National Republic, which is a lawful institution. A lawful organization, a lawful body politic. So, if these Hispanic or Spanish, whether they're from Mexico, El Salvador, South America, wherever they may be from, if they are over here, and some of them just so happen to have their so-called green card or their so-called working papers, but they haven't been naturalized. They could be from India. Okay, they could be from Islamic country, because the government, I noticed when I start speaking about the military and what I've noticed were odd and unlawful, many times these Islamic looking males would start walking or would start driving around, or that which looked to be from Africa, with their little poofy, like Islamic, start driving around their cabs. Okay, so it lets me know that the United States military is definitely paying attention, even when I speak their word, because they telepathic, because they unnatural, unlawful. They are terrorists. These are unnatural, unlawful soldiers, not the ones that are. And they trying to either set me up or use some form of psychological warfare. Even the police. So if they have been naturalized and they haven't, and it's not under the constitutional laws of freedom, the 13th Amendment with 20 sections that was ratified November 18th, 1865. It wasn't made up. It was definitely ratified with 20 sections. Then they haven't truly been naturalized. And they haven't been, not only that, they haven't been naturalized under the laws of freedom. They are still in the United States jurisdiction working illegally on this landmass. And that's what it is. And that's 9 times out of 10, very few have been actually naturalized under laws of freedom, which is true naturalization. They are only been naturalized, or is not real, is de facto. It's not legitimate. It's just enough so they can give out a fake piece of paper so they can work and be used, a lot of them, for mental and spiritual terrorism, because they have the code of telepathy that is mixed with dog or ape DNA. Which then we also, among those who have definitely transformed many bodies, many spirits, many humans into something else. So that's my testimony. Right now it's the hour. I'm gonna come back later and finish this. Islam. Talk to you later. Okay, I just want him to hear this because it's important. Because even right now, as I say this, a black Negro sound like a robot accent saying baby or yeah. All right, when they do that, they usually refer to like as though they paid somebody in our Moorish American nation, our Moorish American family, who have affirmed to uphold divine laws of freedom, so they can sit and molest and rape or amalgamate. All right, this is a filthy abomination freak. So I was telling you, Mighty, when you see one of them dead in the street because they've been shot down or whatever, you don't know what it is, because we're among experiments. You literally you don't know what they killed. Literally, we have no idea what they are showing on the news, because we are among artificial intelligence, what they kill on the street. Because we are among unnatural, unclean, abomination spirits. You don't know what it is they shot down. You don't know what it is that they killed. We have no idea.